Saints, remember what I told you. No evil nor violence can remain on the earth that the public is not invested in. Somewhere there is a gain in it for them, or else the violence or that evil would have been dealt with. That means that also crimes against humanity, like genocide or ethnic cleansing and such stuff, only happen because somewhere there are people in the public getting some benefit from it. For example, the genocide of the Native Americans benefited white supremacist society that was in the United States. A lot of European migrants that moved to the United States could get land almost for free. So there was a benefit in it. That's why people tolerated it to happen. Until it became too obvious that there were almost no Native Americans around, then people realized, okay, we need to stop this now. Or what about children being beaten by their parents? When children are beaten by their parents, it installs fright in them, and this fright will lead to addiction. Now, most people won't turn into drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever, but they'll develop an addiction for approval. And when you have adults who are addicted to approval, they will get along with what you want without saying much. So beating children has the quote-unquote benefit for society. You'll get obedient adults who don't question things, because internally they're too frightened to be punished. So every evil and all types of violence that remain on the earth only remain because of violence or the evil is enabled by the public. And why is it? Why is it that many people don't want to acknowledge this? Because it's too painful to admit that maybe even some of the people that are close to you are invested in evil. But I'm telling you, that's what it is. So this is the rule of society, or you could say the world. As long as the violence or the evil benefits us, the group, we get along with it. The moment the violence begins to cost us too much, we turn on it. And we are the good guys for turning on it. So, you can have child abuse going on in the community. As long as the community benefits from the wounds of those children, because they will turn into defective, obedient adults, as long as that happens, they're okay. But the moment the child abuse leads to a lot of psychopaths being formed, and now you have monsters haunting the community, now suddenly people will turn on child abuse, they'll have campaigns against child abuse, and they will get elation by fighting child abuse. And now they are the good guys. Now they are the good people for doing the right thing. Hold on a minute. Several years ago, when it was not proven yet with evidence that the child abuse played a huge role in the formation of monsters, people were okay with it. They tolerated it, but suddenly they're the good guys. Hold on a minute, weren't you the same people who advocated it and allowed it to happen for all those decades? That's how fallen mankind is. As long as the violence benefits them, they put up with it. So let me say it like this. Fallen mankind will tolerate Satan. They will put up with Satan. They will put up with demons. They'll put up with Nephilim. They'll put up with the whole paranormal as long as paranormal gives them relief. The only time they want to cast out Satan is when Satan costs them too much. Oh, now they can't benefit from Satan anymore? Satan is the enemy. That's how fallen mankind is. Two-faced, hypocritical, always fleeing, demanding victims to escalate upon. That is fallen mankind. Why do I want you to remember this? Because anytime evil, I'm talking about grievous evil, things as ethnic cleansing, genocide, or evil en masse, so big, tragic things are about to happen, you will sense symptoms in the climate. People tend to be more upset, or there's a sudden peace out of the blue. Now, it's not real peace, but a sudden ease out of the blue. When you notice such warning signals, I've made videos about it before. Pay close attention. Look around you. Maybe you notice that people are more relaxed these days. I'm saying, okay. But then someone tells you, Kevin, let's say your name is Kevin. Kevin, Haven't you noticed that you don't see any homeless people anymore? And you say, homeless people? Yeah, I can't even remember. A half a year ago, you'd see many homeless people here and there when you walk through town. Now, you almost see no homeless people around. What happened to all those homeless people? And then you realize, something doesn't add up here. And then you realize, but hold on a minute. Didn't we have a curfew for several weeks? And remember, when you have a curfew, you need to be at home at a certain point. If you're homeless, where can you go? A curfew wouldn't help for you because you have nowhere to go inside, because you're homeless. Oh, I get now what happens. Now, I'm not saying that this is what happens with the current curfews, but just to hint to you to look at the bigger picture. Look around you. Because this is the rule again in the world. As long as the evil gives the public relief, the public is in on it. And look at this. Most of the evil that's done on the earth is done as a form of escapism. There's some challenge in life that the public does want to face as a group, so they just want to escalate on some victims. But they, as a public, won't do the escalation directly because that would be too ugly and too chaotic, so they assign some thugs or some low-life scum to do the dirty job for them. But often the low-life that does the dirty job for them ends up turning on them, and then they become a problem. But as long as the low-life scum, whether they're criminals, or whether they're child molesters, or whether they're terrorists, are doing what the public wants, namely cleaning up their mess, they're okay with it. And I have the feeling that a similar thing is happening right now. So, keep your eyes open and remember, the public is not innocent. They only fake being innocent just so they don't have to take responsibility. You can't fool many people, but you can't fool everyone. And you certainly cannot fool me. Because I walk by faith. That's it for now. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.